This strategy can give you the consistency if you are able to repeat the rules over and over. This is 88% H4 strategy, where we are going to master the H4 reversals. You only need 3 steps: 1 H4 strength candle, 2 the fib entry, and 3 exit. It's easy to understand, so just stay with me as I review the 3 steps that you need. Everything worth doing requires patience and discipline. Trading is hard and it shakes off chances and trials. Remember, if you cannot lose 6 times in a row without deviating from your trading rules, then you are not yet ready for this business. For the purposes of those who ask in the comment section, what asset can I trade? It can be traded on any asset of your choice on the H4 time frame without any indicators, and it can be done on the phone with clear targets that I'll provide you within this video. You can apply this on any asset of your choice. I repeat, because you can trade an asset of your choice on the H4 time frame. It means it might be crypto, it might be indices, it might be stocks, or even commodities. So what is the H4 strength strategy? Let me explain. Firstly, let's understand the pattern, because if we do not know the pattern, we are not going to talk about anything else. Let's define it. In this particular pattern, we can see that there are 2 candles. All that you need is 2 candles. You are going to require a candle that is engulfed with the following candle. The engulfment will actually require these features. The first one, I've named it candle 1. The second one is candle 2. We need to first see the candle 1 low being broken, and then we need to see candle 2 closing above candle 1. So a close above open after breaking is the first thing that you need to see, and then you also need to confirm by seeing a previous low being broken. For entry, after understanding the pattern, we are going to be looking to get a 38% retracement from the second candle. That means we are going to apply our fib retracement 2 from the low to the high of this particular candle. After applying it, we are going to set either a pending order at the 38.2% of this candle, or basically wait for the price to reach that level so that we can make an entry. So step 1 is we are going to require candle 1 and candle 2. Candle 1 must break the low of the first candle. After breaking that low, it should close above the open of candle 1. Step 2 is now to wait for this particular candle to close. After closing, we need to apply a fib retracement 2 from the low to the upside. If it is in a downward market context, we're going to require a fib from the top to the bottom. In this particular case, we mark the 38.2 fib retracement level. That is where we want the market to pull back and retest for us to make an entry. Step 3 is now exits. Exits both on the stop loss as well as on the take profit side. On the stop loss, we've said we need to measure 38.2 of this particular candle. After measuring that 38.2, we need to set a pending at 38.2 fib retracement level. After that, we want to enter with our stop loss right below the low of that particular candle, and then the take profit at twice what we have risked. For us to understand, we want to check this on the real charts. Let's jump over the charts. But before we do so, check out my free Telegram channel via the link that I've left in the description box below. I share free setups, free advice, as well as free trading signals here and there. So this is GBP USD, one of the most traded pairs. What I'm going to do is we're going to start off from the September going into October, and then backtest the war of October so that you can see where you're going to make an entry. In this particular case, we can see the end of the month here, and all that we can do is to start scouting for the points where we had the candles that I have been talking about. In this case, we can see this candle closing right above the high, as well as closing above the opening of the previous candle, and the low was broken at this particular point, meeting our criteria. So we've said when we see something like this, our next thing is now for us to get our fib retracement, mark from the low to the high of this candle, measure and find the 38.2. 38.2 was right at this particular point. This was our 38.2. That is where we were going to make our entry, and after that our stop loss would be right below the structure. So our stop loss was going to be right below this candle, and our take profit at twice what we have risked, which was somewhere around this particular price point. So in this particular case, this was a winning trade. Going forward, looking for an entry, you're likely going to get 1 or 2 entries per week, since these also mark a weekly reversal. In this particular case, we can see the same scenario occurring again. As you can see that the high was actually broken here. The market went above and it closed below the closing price, the opening price of this candle, and our entry at 38.2 fib retracement level. So we are going to measure, and our retracement was right at this 38.2, which is this one. Stop loss right above structure, and take profit at twice what we have reached. That was for this week. Since the H4 time frame marks the opening and closing of a week, that is why we are saying you can get 2 or 3 entries in a week. We can see again at this particular point, we had a break above and a closure below, and from that we want to get in at 38.2. This was a downward market context, so we start from the upper to the lower, and here was our entry at 38.2, our stop loss above this candle, and we hold for 2-to-1 reward to risk ratio. Moving forward again, looking for the same particular pattern, we can see that here we had that pattern where we actually broke the low, and then the market went right up to this high. It's unfortunate that this might not have satisfied a 2-to-1 due to the fact that the market reversed. Then in this particular scenario, we can see this candle breaking the high and closing below, and a 2-to-1 was definitely going to be attained because our stop loss right above this candle might be 5 pips or 3 pips above this candle, and then our take profit at 2-to-1. And going to the downside, that is what actually happened. Here we had another point of entry because it actually broke the high, closed below the opening of this previous candle, and a 2-to-1 was also going to be issued. Here we can see another candle, and the retracement to our point 38.2 was also going to be issued, and a 2-to-1 was also going to be attained. So this particular trading strategy has actually showed a probable 88% accuracy rate due after seeing several examples and actually backtesting for several times. So try it, backtest it before you apply it on your real account, so that you would see how it's actually done and how you can do it as well. On that note, we've come to the end of our today's video. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.